Do you want more harmony in your life? And I say harmony, and it just brings me so much joy, okay? That poor dead horse of work-life balance. People are still beating that horse. Let the horse die. You see, balance is a really fickle thing, okay? Balance can so easily be upset. That's the whole point of a scale. If you're weighing one thing or another, there's things that can really easily tip things out of balance. Harmony, however, is a totally different ballgame. Harmony rides the highs and the lows. It amplifies the other voices, the other sounds, and they all work together to create something beautiful. So if you look at your work as something that you want to harmonize with your life or create harmony in your life, you have to ask yourself some really basic questions to start. Am I happy doing what I'm doing? You have to ask the question, am I happy? And I know so many people that go, work's got nothing to do with happy. And it's complete bullshit. If you are not happy 80% of your life, because you're going to spend about that much time right now, if you're working, 80% of it is going to be work. And if you are not happy, your life will implode in one way or another. There is something that has to fall off, okay? And it's a hard question for a lot of people. I have been fortunate that I have been a very heart-centered person my whole life. If something didn't feel right, if it didn't fit, if there was no workability, it was time to move on. And it's not that I'm callous. It's not that I want to leave people or places or things behind me. It's because I know that if I'm not happy, how can I serve others? How can I be the best mom? How can I be the best partner? How can I be the best friend? Okay. So if you're chasing dollar signs, your life will reflect that. And yes, I know we all need money to live, okay? I'm coming off of nearly 10 years of disability. I get that. More than most people will ever get it. But if you go back into doing something that you were miserable at doing before, just in a different geographical location, you're going to get more of the same. You're going to recreate the same patterns. You're going to create another environment that does not support your well-being. Because chances are you're not happy because you're stressed out, you're working too much, you're not claiming overtime, you are doing stuff that honestly you have no business doing. Just because, well, who else is going to do it? You have to look at it as a systematic thing. It's a global approach to your life. It's holistic. If you're working for a company that does not recognize that you are burning yourself out by burning the candle at both ends, that's probably not the best company to be with. If you have people supporting you and saying, hey, do not take your laptop on vacation or you will have to deal with me when you get back, that's probably a better place to be. But are you happy? Is the work satisfying? Do you get a charge out of accomplishing what it is that you do? If you don't, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but you're in the wrong place. And no, not everybody can jump off and become an entrepreneur or do a 180 and do a huge career shift. But you have to ask the questions, because the questions become solutions. And maybe there's something that is an untapped resource inside of you that you're not looking at because you don't think you can make money doing that. Let me tell you, you can make money doing just about anything. You just have to be consistent and show up every day for whatever it is that you've got going on. and you're going to go through some growth. There's going to be some tough times. There's going to be some bumpy roads. You might fall into a couple of holes, and you will find a way to dig yourself out. Why? Because you're happy. So love what you do, love your life, and look forward. Stop looking at the past and say, that's what made me money in the past. That's also what got you what you have now, as far as your satisfaction in life and how it is that you just feel about yourself and everything that is in your life, about the people in your life. Do you have time to be grateful for the people in your life? Do you have time to be appreciative of the people in your life? I stopped saying, I'm just so busy years ago, even when I was busy, because I know what that meant to me. That meant there is so much clutter and chaos in my head right now that I do not have the resources to deal with being a friend, or I don't have the resources to deal with whatever shows up. I'm just so busy. Slow down. Ask the questions. Okay? Feel it with your heart. When your little voice in your head shows up, that's your ego. Okay? You can equate it to like a drunk toddler who's had too many bottles of milk driving a school bus, doesn't really know what he's doing, and he'll just listen to whatever you say and say, yeah, okay, sure, that's great. You have to leave your ego out of this. You need to feel your way through this. And if you are unable to feel it right now, start with something smaller. Start with, how can I feel good today? How can I feel good today? I was just sharing with someone very close to me today that one of the most impactful statements that I ever heard was when I was going through a coaching designation. And the coach was Chris Duncan, great guy. He was talking about people who are living with illness and chronic illness, and that the illness is there, the illness. Okay, I've been there. I lived there for a long time. And when I heard this, it changed my world. He said, even if you have diagnoses and you've got this and you've got that, that's only about 5%, right? So you're 5% sick. So that means you're 95% healthy. Focus on that, okay? So take the time to look at, where are you making your 5% out to be 100? Because it's not the truth. You have to look at how you can feel good right now and start feeling good all the time. I still have diagnoses. I still have labels that were applied to me years ago, and I carried those, and they were heavy, and there was so much pain involved. And once I made a choice to start feeling good about what I was doing every day, feeling good about the choices I was making, a lot of things changed. I actually started noticing rapid healing. I started noticing that there were less and less symptoms. Now I don't even pay attention to them. It's there. Okay, I'm done. Let it go. You know? And these are changes that didn't happen overnight, but I was consistent. I was consistent about wanting to feel good. So that puts feeling good in your path because you want it. So how can you put feeling good in your path today? Short and sweet. That's all I got. Aloha.